ready. They're readier than we are. Welcome to Flash Family. Most of you know why you're here. You're here to see improvisation, and that means that we don't have any idea what we'll be doing tonight. So we need you a lot to be here. And you notice we have our boxes here. Did everybody get a chance to fill out a slip? Whoops. Because we'll be using these a little bit later. Pretty slick, huh? So how do you like the 90s so far? How's it working out for you? Any big difference?
Oh, yeah.
Like what? I'm curious.
No earthquakes.
No earthquakes, exactly. Okay, that's the main difference. Well, since this is the first run of the 90s for us, we thought we would start out and open our show with a reference to the 90s. And because we don't know what's going to happen tonight, we thought we would try to predict what might happen in the 90s. So could I have from you, to start our show off, we'll take the first suggestion we hear, by the way, a short headline that we might expect to see sometime in the 90s.
Nitty-gritty stuff.
Nitty-gritty stuff? Okay, nitty-gritty stuff. Thank you very much.
And I'd like a prediction, something that you'd like to see happen.
Niners beat!
Everybody.
Niners beat Broncos.
We're starting early.
Yeah, right.
And how about a headline, if it could possibly get any stranger, that you might see in the National Enquirer in the 1990s?
Elvis's clone lives.
Elvis's clone lives. Thank you.
How about the name of a national bestseller that you'd see in the 90s? 3 to 5 words.
I watch TV.
I self-actualize.
I self-actualize.
Without a fire marshal's permit.
Okay, nitty-gritty stuff.
Niners beat Broncos.
Elvis's clone lives.
I self-actualized.
Elvis's clone lives, Elvis's clone lives, Elvis's clone lives, Elvis's clone lives, Elvis clones the Niners, Elvis self-actualizes and his clone beats the Niners, Elvis beats the nitty-gritty clones of the Niners while beating a Bronco with the self-actualized. Actualizes his work with the Niners. Broncos beat Elvis. Elvis clones the Niners. Elvis clones the Niners. Elvis clones the Niners.
Niners actualized.
49ers stars.
And we'd like to make a prediction for you. Being here tonight, we predict you're going to have a good time and help us create this one and only time show. And we can guarantee that because we're
Flash Family!
Thank you. For our first piece, what we would like to do is take a look at your everyday life. So if you think about your everyday life, what is some aspect of your life that most people also have operating in their day, every day? Like traffic, or what would be something?
Who's going to do the dishes?
Who's going to do the dishes? Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay. We tried everything else. Let's try the Ouija board, all right?
Right.
Put your hand right here.
On yours?
Yeah, all right. I did it last Wednesday, remember?
That's right. I did it Thursday, Friday,
Okay,
Saturday.
let's not cloud the
and
issue.
Sunday.
Let the great spirit speak.
Right, right. Oh, you've come! Oh, thank God!
What seems to be the problem, ma'am?
I hope you can fix it. I've had 5 servicemen in here, and not one of them could fix it.
Well, you know, when these old Kenmores go bad, you can't turn your back on them anymore.
Yes, you gave yourself away, Madame Hortense. Because as everyone knows, no one who murders anyone does the dishes first.
Drum roll, maestro.
Yes, my love.
I solved our problem.
Which one?
The dishes, my sweet.
Oh, the dishes.
The dishes. I bought.
Not my impotence or...
No, I had to start somewhere.
It's a start. It's a start.
After.
Yes.
Storm is brewing.
Oh, good.
Shall I raise the table?
Yes, raise the table. Wait, I have one last glass. There. Are you ready? Is it up, Igor? Housewife's delight.
Oh, wasting no time getting to this stuff. We'll be coming to you throughout the evenings for those verbal suggestions, so please keep your lips parted, okay? But what we like to do now is raffle off. No, we like to take a suggestion from these boxes. You can see we have a who, a what, and a where, and we think that these are the three elements that make scenes work. Silly us. So what we're going to do is ask you to grab one of these at random, and we will put these three together and create something.
Okay, I'll give her the front row right away.
One that glows in the dark. Thank you very much. Okay, my colleagues are whipping out their papers. The who for this scene will be a pizza maker.
The what for this scene will be an automatic nose hair clipper.
And this is perfect. The where is an encounter group.
Mille bene, quanta fortunetta, eh?
So you say! You always talk to me that way! You embarrass me! Sit down!
Let's wait till we start the group, okay, Mrs. Martinelli? Mr. Martinelli?
Hey, fa comanda la pacciacalone, eh?
Yeah, he always does this when he doesn't want to own his own shit!
Hey, scungili, eh? Mani, Feza,
Where do you like
Quasimodo?
Sit down, Mr. Romanovsky, right there.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Roma baby! ¿Qué pasa?
My hematomas have just healed from last week.
Say hello, you!
Hey,
Mrs.
Quasi-hematoma,
Mr.
eh?
Martinelli, now let's start the way we always start, okay? And then we can...
I pledge allegiance.
No, no.
I love my adopted country.
Remember our little song?
Right, right!
Hello, 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 how are you?
Sing the song, stupido!
I hope that you're fine too. Oh, Mr. Where's Mrs. Martinelli? Where's Mrs. Martinelli? There I am, there I am. So how are you today? So how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you! So where's Mr. Bozo? So where's
Mr. Romanov?
Come on, Mr. Bozo, how are you?
Don't emphasize my It's Romanovsky.
Romanov.
Mr. Rose, say hello, sing the song, okay? We're paying the money for this.
Hey, Bugatti, eh?
Do you know Orange Blossom Special? No? It's
Yeah.
my favorite song on the violin.
So, can we start now?
Let's
I have a
start.
burning issue.
I would want you to go with that, Mrs.
You
Martinelli.
need a cream for that.
This morning, we get up, we go to the parlor, you know, we make the fresh grated cheese, all the things they say in the ad. We do it just like I was supposed to do. And guess who's not there to help?
Well, if I would have to guess, I would guess Mr. Martinelli.
She guessed that she really knows you.
Pambazo con i maccioni, eh?
Yes.
Mr. Martinelli, would you please speak in English?
He won't. He has not spoken English all day long. This is his way of being hostile. What did you call it? Passive aggressive?
Yes.
Yes. He's a mucho passive aggressive today.
Yes. How does that make you feel, Mr. Martinelli? That label.
Parmigiano.
He means cheesy. I gotta translate for you all day today, like I had at work. I gotta do it tonight too, huh?
Hey, asti spumanti, eh?
Well, let's go on to you, Mr. Romanovsky.
Hey, so we didn't solve our problem.
Well,
Well, we guessed that he wasn't there to help you.
You got to be there.
we don't solve problems here. We air them. We air them out. We get them out of the smelly closets of our psyche into the fresh air of the therapy room.
Right, I got
You
it.
know, maybe you could buy him his own alarm clock or something. It'll help. You know, he could be there for you.
What a good suggestion.
But I'm no psychotherapist, okay? No, it just seems to me that maybe he needs his own alarm clock. How do you feel about that? I could work with that. I could work with that.
You don't want to know what that means. So how's your problems?
Yes.
Your turn, Roma, huh?
I don't have no problems. I just like to come see other people who are more miserable than me.
Mr. Romanovsky.
Mr. Romanovsky.
You know you had that problem with your girlfriend and your
know.
nose hairs.
It's not something I like to discuss with stranger people, but
Oh, strangers! We've been in your life. We know all of your problems. You know all of our problems. How stranger can you get?
Hey, scumaso, eh?
well,
Parto lonci il calonda.
He says, I think he's saying it's okay. Tell us. We
Nicho, eh?
understand.
that's why I keep my head down so much. I think everyone is trying to look up my nose.
We don't need to. They curl way up and around your nostrils. They're playing in the wind.
Maybe I could just.
No. Did you
I
get
think it's
that?
because I went to that Catholic school. I mean.
Did you get that implement I suggested at that hardware store?
No, I ordered one from the Spiegel catalog.
Good. And you,
Well, it was a very attractive illustration. You know, it was a chrome with a little rotary barrel on it.
so
Sounds nice.
I sent it back and got the one from the Sharper Image.
the ebony one.
Well, the one that they had, the very muscular model in the sort of the wetsuit with the zipper down to her gahunga was holding it, and I thought it was $162.
Well, does it work?
It works good.
I can see it works.
Yeah,
Yes, I can see it. I mean, there are lots
Except that you're bleeding all around the area.
Because I have a small nose, you know.
Well, he has to get used to it, Mrs.
This is the
Martinelli.
larger model.
Can I make a suggestion?
You can maybe use it for trimming your pepperonis. It's so big.
And sharp. Looks like it's very
You know,
sharp.
I'm glad I didn't have it during the earthquake. I would look like I was attacked by an octopus or something. Missing in the dark. It's too powerful. Maybe I need smaller battery or something.
That could be, yes.
But anyway, my girlfriend, she told me she would dump me if I didn't trim my nose hair. So
Yes, and how does she feel this
I
week?
tried waxing them down so they were out of the way. When they got stuck in her braces. It was not.
As we validated last week, that can be a very grave problem in a relationship. How does she react to you now?
Well, it's not too bad. She didn't chase me with her beak turned all the way up, threatening to singe them off. So I think they're,
That's progress, yes.
I'm feeling much more validated as a human being.
Well, I
Good for
think,
you,
I
Roma.
think
Good
we
job.
got a lot out here, and I think it's time to sing our goodbye song, and then we'll see you next week.
Molto testosterone, eh?
Goodbye. 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 I'll see you later. See you later. Happy birthday.
try this again. We don't rest on any of our laurels, even when they come in. Who's Interesting alternate spelling of this word. Narcolepsy. That's the who. Is a narcoleptic.
Narcoleptic.
The what is a walking on the ceiling.
And where this all will take place is the backside of the moon.
That makes sense.
Captain Mitchell. Captain Mitchell, this is Alpha Base.
Read your alpha base.
Captain Mitchell, you've been in there for 4 months. We need to refresh your supplies, and you can't seem to find the way to get let us in.
Well, every time I'm close to a solution, alpha base, I seem to have this lapse in memory. You sure you got the gravity polarity set right?
The gravity polarity has been set for 4 months.
That seems a little strange in here.
We've noticed.
Listen, the team from the other side of the moon should have been here yesterday. I haven't heard a signal, they haven't knocked or anything.
Well, actually, they've been here. They've been knocking sporadically.
Oh, shit! Oh, sorry, I hope you're not feeding this to the networks.
Not anymore.
Oh, let me get on the scope and see if I can find them.
Actually, there's been a rumor that you're taking the base hostage. The only reason you won't let us in is because we haven't acceded to your demands, but we don't know what they are.
What demands? I don't know what you're talking. Well, yeah, I do know what you're talking about, I guess. I see them, they're outside. I'm going to let them in, and we'll talk about demands.
Roberts, what happened to the gravity in here?
What do you mean what happened to the gravity in here?
We're
It's
on
perfect.
the ceiling.
You're kidding.
Third time's a charm, right? We're pushing to the outside of the envelope where the sticky stuff is. Whatever that is. Okay. Who wants a bonbon?
I do. Bring that box back up.
And the who?
You know what?
The who in this particular next scene is a Hanes underwear inspector.
Is there a convention of them here? Okay, and the what is, of course, a stuffed tiger.
And this scene will take place in Vilnius, Lithuania. Thank you.
Просто тебе не флаг. Жлоди просто.
Не снукмостника.
Не смотника.
Не смостника.
Baby, baby.
Товарищ, товарищ мне.
Иди, прохисец. Аечка, прохисец, да, Джаки, Джаки.
Jo, bloß nicht aus der Kreie, aus der Krake, aus nicht Boxer. Goes rodney was using the spandex.
Yes, mixing with neck spandex.
Позоришь да достори около школы есть погонишь да тибетский музык. Ложи состы des Trains, но ложь des das Trains.
Разве не стать, сникай все, бать, сникай-то.
Мини.
Пусть снюсь.
Комрад. Ковротско это бикиниски.
Сникай, тут-то тигра. Морский, а это пантихоскин.
Может, перешно фальши тут камисоля?
Классика, камисоль, Тедди.
Но, тигры. Нет, Тедди, нет, Тедди.
Не, Тедди, мясникова тигра.
А, Тедди, ёлот, я, Тедди.
Простунский, а это снюстяка. Снеговой.
Ja, Tunski. Bomba.
Ai, sunt bumbas.
Bumbas.
Este braț.
Ah,
Gdje je
Broski.
Nie może bumski, bo grunde bumski.
De bums.
Grande Bumski.
Grunde bumski. Bumski Maščevick.
Ja, da silne Bumski. Ja,
May I have a consonant that is not Q, X, Z, Y, or K?
L.
R, I heard. Thank you.
Now, may I please have a consonant that's not any of the ones she mentioned or the ones she got?
L.
T.
I heard, did you get L?
I heard L.
What was yours?
I got R.
Oh, okay, I thought you had L. I heard L over here. So we have L and R.
Okay. Let's see. How about where are we? Where could we be?
Dusty Tongue, Nevada.
But we're in
Dusty
Dusty Tongue,
Tongue,
Nevada.
Nevada.
Specifically a location. In Dusty Tongue, Nevada.
Under the bed.
Something, what?
Under the bed.
Under the bed, I heard. Thank you.
Roger, get out of there. Really, you try my patience.
Legions of dust bunnies are collecting beneath this bed. Letitia, when's the last time you cleaned under here?
Ooh, rotten food, too.
Lung cancer is a possible consequence of me being under there too long without a mask.
Really. Raphael said she'd give us the name of her maid.
Lithuanian illegal aliens just don't appeal to me. You know, less than 2 weeks ago, you know, that Lithuanian maid stole everything the Lucases owned.
Right in broad daylight, too.
Litigation is still pending.
Rourke is going to take the case.
Lesser men have failed where Rourke has succeeded.
Right, now we're done.
Listen,
Roger.
lest we think we're totally done, let's talk about that little bet we made.
Freeze. Okay, we're going to include you in on this also. Because there'll be some times when they won't come up with their own word. Well, they'll come to you and fish for a word. And then you provide a word with the appropriate consonant and see what they make of it, okay? We think that's fun. I don't know why.
Read my lips, Roger. What bet?
Love.
Love was the bet, I believe. Love, and the payoff was to be an evening of ecstasy.
Rabbit.
Rabbits. You're like a rabbit, Roger.
Raunchy.
Lizard.
Lizards seem to have no problem with multiple encounters on a daily basis. A lot can be learned from lizards.
Raunchy is the word I'd use for that metaphor.
Loosen up, Letitia.
Rotten.
Rotten is the state of our marriage these days, Roger.
Lilacs.
Lilacs. They're blooming again.
Really?
Reindeer.
Reindeer eat them most days.
Leprechauns.
Leprechauns were dancing in the lilacs the day we met.
Ragu.
Ragu was boiling on the stove.
Lentils, too.
Rigatoni.
Laundry.
Laundry seems to have built up an insurmountable barrier of dirty socks and underwear between us, Letitia.
Raccoon.
Raccoons have made a nest in it.
Licentiousness falters compared to dirty laundry.
Rain.
Robot.
Rain can come and wash away all that.
Liposuction.
I'm getting there. Liposuction perhaps wasn't the best thing for those hips of yours. Letitia, maybe we should have just worked that cellulite off naturally.
Rats, Roger.
Okay, now I can use regular letters. For our next piece, we'd like to tell you a story, and you may have had stories told you before, but we're going to tell this in a little bit more unusual way. This is going to be what we call a conducted story. We'll have several storytellers up here, and, oddly enough, a conductor. And the story will pass from storyteller to storyteller at the whim of the conductor. Now, you come in not only in the suggestions, but in keeping our storytellers honest. We demand a high level of storytelling proficiency from our storytellers. I hear smirking from backstage. And the way we do that, and the way we have you keep them honest, is by you will police them for 3 simple rules. The first rule they must not violate is an overly long pause. Now, that will be a little different than perhaps a dramatic pause for emphasis. It'll be up to you to decide. The second rule is an unnecessary repetition of a word. Again, dramatic license, as in bang, bang, might be okay. However, the, things like that are not allowed. Also, as the story passes from one person to another, they must make a grammatical link-up with the previous sentence, because oftentimes the story will change in the middle of a word. So if you hear them blow any of those, your job is to yell loud and clear, zap. And if you think they deserve a zap, let them have it. Okay, so I'd like to practice that before we bring out the storytellers on 3. Is that a problem in your marriage, too? Ready? Zap! All right, just kidding. Let's have our storytellers out here and... okay, what happens, you walk into your junk closet and something falls off the top shelf. What is it?
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa. Is that in the grain or as in the member of the Little Rascals? The grain, okay. Alfalfa. And what's something your grandmother left you?
Condoms.
Condoms. Okay, can I go to your grandmother's house for Sunday dinner this week? Okay, we have alfalfa and condoms. Thank you very much.
The sun rose over the barn, shedding bright light against the red paint. Esmeralda, in her long gowns, tripped lightly into the barn, where she smelled
The smell of fresh manure from her favorite stallion. She smelled deeply, for it was a wonderful smell to her.
She knew that she was going to ride into town on this Sunday morning to perhaps find herself
a large basket to keep her sewing notions in. She sewed
until her little nubby hands were bloody
and red. Now this may seem like a small thing to
imagine, but she was a very industrious young woman and beautiful
to boot. She made all her
own clothes, and she made all
her own hats and her scarves and her shoes.
Laces. She also prepared
the horse for grooming, for the shows that he would
enter and win, of course. She took
her bridle and brought it over
to where the stallion was,
standing, ready, nostrils
flaring, and coaxing it into her low.
Ooh, you guys work for Random House.
Good listening.
Where were we?
Flaring. And the heart was beating excitedly. The horse loved
to go into town. He frisked about a little bit in the confines of his narrow stall, frisking
about. His hooves struck a loose
board, and it broke,
shattering and sending splinters all over the barn.
And at that moment, the head
of the horse fell off.
Esmeralda
was horrified. She gasped. Oh my
God, she said, and she fell to her knees, touching the
horse's mane. She looked and
discovered that it was a clockwork stallion. She had never
seen this before. She never knew who had played this trick on her. She was enraged. She got
her groom on the phone immediately.
Mort, she said, where the hell's my real stallion? And who's been
sleeping in his stall?
Mort came running into the barn, breathless. He was panting, and he explained in his stammering voice
that he had switched the stallions
because he wanted to get her a
10-foot-long condom.
A condom, she said. What would I do with a condom that's 10 feet long?
Mort's eyebrows raised.
Why, don't you know what they're for? You of all
people, he said, and his
eyes
widened as he looked at her heaving breast.
In fact, his chin dropped
down onto his own breast. And he said,
my God, I never realized, but you've led such a
sheltered life. I will show you if you
want. Esmeralda said, a
10-foot condom? This I've gotta see.
So he went over with his pitchfork and he fluffed up the
alfalfa
into a nice soft
pile where they would make their bed of lust. Yes.
Lust. Lust for each other, because he knew that
Esmeralda was an untried beauty
and couldn't resist a 10-foot
condom. Even though
he wasn't sure he could fill it. He thought he...
Would try anyway. His love
For Esmeralda knew no
bounds and knew no weights and lengths.
measures except that 10-foot part. In fact,
He started to sweat profusely. Maybe she didn't know what 10 feet
really was. Maybe he could tell
her that this
was 10 feet. After all, horses...
don't lie, do they? He took it out of his pocket and started
unwrapping it. He unrolled it for about 5 minutes. It trailed across the alfalfa and into the
stall next door. He wondered whether she was afraid, so he
asked.
Are you afraid?
Why, no, Esmeralda said. I'm just
curious. For our next piece, what I would like to get is, any of you ever watch soaps? There's a ton of different styles of soaps that are on television. So, would you name a style of soap opera?
Hospital.
Okay, a hospital one. Great. And may I also have an object that you wouldn't expect to find in a hospital?
A
Baseball bat.
Okay, a baseball bat. Thank you. So we have hospital and baseball bat. There. I'm ready. And now if only Dr. Randall is on time.
Oh, do 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 do. Just call me Mr. Punctual.
Dr. Randall,
Yes, ma'am.
now not only are you on time for the first time in our working relationship, but I have to tell you that I'm pregnant.
Wait, that's a lot for me to process this early in the morning. Holy jamonkeys.
It's not by you.
Oh! Then I'm just on time.
That's right. And I need your advice. You see, I can't tell who the father is. My whole career would be jeopardized if anyone found out.
Well, I'd like to help you, but I'm an osteopath.
I don't need that kind of help. I need advice. You've been in a situation like this. I know.
Don't bring that up again. I told you. Louise is dead. Let her stay that way.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have. I should have known. I should have realized that you couldn't help me. I'll go elsewhere. Don't concern yourself one tiny bit with my fate. It's not in your hands.
I'm glad to hear that, you blood-sucking leech. That's right. Mirror, mirror on my face. What the hell's wrong with the human race? Women, you know? I don't get along with any of them except for the ones I cut open. Oh, gosh, jeez. Oh, I'll give myself a tetanus shot. This is the part I like about being a doctor.
Hi, dear. Oh, why, it's little Stan Randall. I didn't know you worked here, honey.
Well, you usually don't see me because I work graveyard.
Oh, well, so you grew up and And some medical school actually accepted you.
Thanks for reviving my deep dark past there, Mrs. Roosevelt.
Well, I didn't mean to make you feel bad, honey.
Well, you did, so just knock it off, okay? Listen, I hear the alarm on my Testarossa. I better go check it out.
I never did think that boy would amount to much, and look at him. A doctor in surgery. Why, that just blows my mind. I don't know what to think about that. And me, a nurse for all these years, and never ran into him. Isn't that just the way, though?
Hello there, Heloise.
Oh, Abelgard.
Guess you thought you'd never see me again after that night on Dover. Just at the end of 1945.
That night in the London Tube was something I've never forgotten. And the fact that you set your beloved Yankee baseball bat on fire so we could all see. I'll never forget that, Abelgard.
It was nothing. Nothing any other Brit wouldn't have done under the circumstances. You know, I've thought about no one but you for the last 35 years. 45. I can't keep track anymore. I've been pining for you and pining for you. That's how I wound up here at Pine Valley Hospital.
Abelgard, look at me. I'm an old woman. My hair is gray and spiky. I have a few wrinkles on my beautiful face and my hands, Abelgard, my hands, they're the hands of an old woman.
Well, I'm an old man, but time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds except the wound you left gaping in my heart.
Well, you are an old man, and that makes you age appropriate, doesn't it?
Look, let's skip the psychobabble. Just run away with me. Now, this minute, to the linen closet.
But I had to talk with my daughter. She had something terribly important to tell me. Something about, I don't know, her life is going wrong, and...
All right, you go on to the linen closet and I'll meet her here and she can tell me and then I'll tell you later while I'm nibbling on your weazened old yellow.
Oh, Abelgard! All right, Abelgard. All right.
Well, she always was a sucker for that blow-in-the-air routine. Only the Nazis had...
I beg your pardon. That was my mother who just passed out that door. I certainly hope you weren't referring to her.
Hello. No, not at all. I'm Ronald Coleman.
I know very well who you are. You're the father of my coming child.
Me! You've got me confused with someone else, my dear. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage.
No, Applegard, I know you. I'd know you anywhere. You may not recognize me because I've had my teeth fixed, my jaw aligned, my hair trimmed and dyed. I had my nose fixed, I've had my eyebrows arched, I've had my breasts lift, and I straightened up my knees.
My God, it is you! How can I have been so stupid? Oh my God, trapped together for that 40 minutes in the subway 3 months ago, I didn't recognize you with the lights on.
It's nothing. I wouldn't recognize myself if I didn't know me from the inside.
I guess that's my problem. I only know you from the inside.
That's very clever of you, and I need some sort of assurances from you.
Well, let me go check my briefcase and see what's on the
Oh, what shall I do? What shall I do?
I'm not interrupting, am I?
Of course not.
Who was that old guy with the broken zipper?
That was the father of my child. That is the very esteemed Professor Emeritus, Dr. Waldo Applegard.
Waldo? That old fart?
Yes, that romantic, dashing, charming, poetic, loving old fart.
I just thought he was incontinent.
He has many problems and he has many wonderful attributes.
So, where are you gonna have this baby?
I haven't decided if I am.
Why don't you ask your mom?
That was my mother here, wasn't it? Mother!
You should spend more time together. You might recognize each other.
She flew by so fast I wasn't sure. Here you are, dear. Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you. Oh, my darling mother. I can't tell you what upset I have in my life. Please help me. Give me your wise advice. Well, of course, my darling. What can I do? How can I help?
I hate these weekly occasions, you know? Say,
You look wonderful. You're just darling. Yes. I will help you, my darling. I will help you. But I must tell you, my old flame from World War II is here. He's asked me to run away with him. Oh, you don't mean Applegard? Yeah, he's the father of my child. Oh, Applegard, how could you have done this to us? How could you have torn our family apart?
What on earth are you talking about? I haven't torn anyone's family apart.
This is my mother.
My God! You don't look a thing alike. Perhaps it was all that surgery.
Yes, it was all the surgery she had, Applegard. And now she doesn't look a bit like me. But...
wait a minute, what's going on here? I gotta practice to keep up here.
Applegard! I'm sorry, you'll have to leave. I love my daughter more than you.
What do you mean, leave? I'm the father of both your childs.
That's so confusing. Needless to say, don't try that at home. Okay. All right. We're going to continue. All right. How many people here have had or know about relationships? I make no assumptions. How many people liked the relationships they were in? I knew we'd get to raw dirt. Raw dirt. Anyway, so those of you who have had relationships or have studied them, what beside other than sex, because we all know that sex is a real tender issue. Yeah. Besides sex, what is something in a relationship that might cause friction?
Lying.
Lying. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. I got the taxes already.
The phone bill just came.
Yeah?
There's a long-distance call on here to South Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's that mail order sporting goods place. You know, I got you some more clubs. It was a surprise for your birthday. I didn't want to spoil it, but you know, I know you need a driver.
I called the number, Charles.
Oh, and to confirm the
Yes.
credit card number.
Because I was sure it was a mistake on our bill. Because we always tell each other when we're making long-distance calls, so there's no surprises. And this very nice woman answered the phone.
Yeah, that's Yeah, she's a dealer. She does it out of her home. It's sort of like a welcome wagon kind of affair.
You promised you wouldn't lie to me anymore.
I did? It never occurred to me. I don't even think about whether I'm lying or not because I feel so close to you, that what comes out of me is
rationalization.
Honest. Rationalization, but they're honest ones. They're best I can do. I try to get my act together in spite of the fact that I sometimes prevaricate and procrastinate.
I remember when you always looked me square in the eye. There was nothing but the truth in your heart. Words were lily clean and true.
That was before I had so much to lose. Now I'm trying to cover my ass 'cause I don't disappoint you or say I'll do something and I don't.
Don't you understand? You're breaking my heart. Every little lie tears a tear in my heart. I'll take the truth. I don't care. You're breaking me. You're tearing us apart.
Picky, picky, picky. You gotta cut me some slack. Oh, leave out the back. And you won't have anybody to even care enough to lie to you.
Do you mean this? Are you really intending to leave? He's telling the truth so very, very hard. What can I do? Do you think I'm gonna beat you around the house? I don't care.
I don't care.
You don't do things you say you do. Just tell me. Tell me. That's what you say all the time. I will, I will. I want it in black. In All right, we've been doing a lot of talking and a lot of singing and making a lot of noises up here. What we'd like to do now is to give your ears a break and work your eyes even a little more. We're going to do a series of silent scenes now. And so what we'd like for that is a suggestion that's a little on the broad side. So can you think of a habit that somebody might have that would eventually cause an effect in someone in their life? And not something little like nose picking, but something larger, some kind of large habit.
Flatulence.
Okay, that's really broad. We'll take it. Okay, so this man would like for us to do flatulence silently.
That was our silent flatulence. Let's see, what I'd like from you now is, oh, how about an activity that 3 people might do together? Play cards. Was play cards, did I hear?
Yes.
Okay, play cards, thank you.
But I get to deal if I bring the dip. That was our arrangement.
No argument here.
And sorry I'm late, but I got the caffeine-free Cheetos.
Great! It was a simple scene. Let's see if they can do it again and listen and see if you hear the same things.
I brought the guacamole, and remember our deal. I get the deal if I bring the dip. That was the arrangement.
No argument from me.
Sorry I'm late, but I brought the caffeine-free Cheetos.
Oh, good.
Freeze! I'd say that was about the same. Let's say it in a different way, like a theater style or a movie style or a
Western.
A Western, thank you.
The dip, Dolly. It's them little round green mushy things you love so much. They come in on the stage. But that means we're using my deck.
No argument from me.
Sorry I'm late, but I had to round up a wild herd of these caffeine-free Cheetos.
What's another style you'd like to see this in?
Mystery.
Victorian.
Say that back there.
Mystery.
Mystery, thank you.
It's canasta time.
Say, doll. I was down at the waterfront and picked you up some guacamole. The stevedores were dancing on the pier like a bunch of wharf rats with a hot foot. Something's up, so you better let me deal.
No argument from me, Sam.
Sorry I frightened you, but it appears the caffeine is missing from these Cheetos. bunch of kidders.
Let's go home.
Okay, fans off. Okay, knees together, everybody. We're all set for takeoff. All right. Welcome to what's known in the theater as the second half. And as you may have noticed, we like to find a variety of ways to get our suggestions. We've asked you, we've asked the box, sometimes we even asked Dan. We've done things in different languages, we've sung, we've just said nothing. For this next series of vignettes, I'll call them. We like an actual physical object, something that's big enough to be seen. Okay, I saw that first. Oh my God. Do you have a license for this? Okay. People know we do this and they collect weird things just to show us. And
Unfortunately, I know what that is.
it doesn't matter after the first one. Okay, here we go.
It's the Black Plague, all right.
Okay, honey, from this book to liven up our marriage. Okay, now turn around.
Zip up!
No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Loopner. We have to do this to take the cast, the impression of your mouth to give you your dentures, all right? So just open up.
Honey, how many pancakes did you want?
What the hell? God, these new pants are tight.
Yep. There's at least 48,000 of them in there.
So I told Raul, let's go to Terra del Fuego next year. And he said, no.
Doc, ever since the war, I've been picking up radio stations in my head. Margie, you've been using my razor again.
Oh, jeez.
Doug, if you're going to wear a tie in the shows, it flops around and gets in your face all the time.
I know,
Wear a
it's
clip.
big problem. All right, you all know what an M16 is? All right, we took them apart, we put them together blindfolded. Which one of you son of bitches left this out?
It slices, it dices. But wait!
Come on, Slimy, run! Come on, Slimy,
Dang, there went the spring from my step.
Yes, Lady Guinevere, King Richard arrives back home from the Crusades.
Thank you so much. What is it?
It's
A hinge from the window.
a door hinge.
A door hinge.
Do you know I heard one time that the two most beautiful words in the English language were cellar door. Does that sound right? It's a weird little fact you may want to take home. Cellar door, darling. Oh! Now we're going to do a piece we call Life, which is a series of scenes on one big issue that permeates your life, probably for all of your life. And we've had some suggestions like trust, justice, love, death, and I want you to think of sex. So don't give us any of that.
I want you to think for a little bit and think of something that's broad, sort of a broad concept in your life that's probably important.
Moving.
I heard aging. Thank you.
Good morning, Pumpkin.
Daddy.
Whoa. Come on, sit in your chair. Okay, let Daddy buckle your belt.
Daddy.
Okay, let Daddy get your breakfast. Honey, no, no standing on the chair. Keep your belt on. That's right. Maybe I'll just put the ankle attachments.
That was the last time I was able to control my daughter in any fashion whatsoever. You know, a lot of years have gone by. She's gone through a lot of stuff. Dated bikers. God, you know the story. I mean, it's pretty disgusting. But now she's grown up, and I hope she appreciates what I did for her with those ankle bracelets.
You are, sweetie. Nice and warm, not too hot. And there's a little cherry at the bottom, but now the cherry's over here on the floor.
Ever since I can remember, I loved my father. He was so special to me. I mean, I was close to my mother, but my father was somebody very, very special, and I knew he loved me. I don't know, we've kind of grown apart, though.
I just kind of wish she learned the difference between right and wrong. It would have made a lot of our communication a lot easier. Unfortunately, I don't think she did. She didn't do it my way, so that's wrong, right?
Now, honey, Daddy left his very strong black espresso right here. Now I see the cup, but the cup's empty. And I don't see the coffee anywhere. Did we drink Daddy's espresso?
Daddy.
You know, sometimes I have a faint memory of sitting in my high chair, and he actually put belts around my ankles so I wouldn't get up. And I think that's sort of how our relationship became, that he kept me strapped in, he kept me safe and close to home and didn't let me develop and go out and be who I wanted to be.
Let me just give you a bottle, sweetie. There you go.
You know, I really thought I could protect her from all the mistakes that I and her mother made, but she didn't want to go along with that. She wanted to get shin splints and break her nose and fall in love with the wrong people and file for bankruptcy and get hemorrhoids and all that stuff that I told her wasn't on, you know. And she's a free spirit, goddammit.
Oh, Daddy's little skeezicks, where are all the sugar cubes?
I made a lot of mistakes, and you have to when you're growing up in this life and on your own. And I just wish that Dad had understood that I had to do it that way. I'm 3,000 miles away from him now, and I'm broke, and I'm sick, and I don't think he'd want to hear from me.
I just wish she'd understand she didn't have to do it that way.
makes you feel young?
Love.
Love, thank you.
Damn kids never put the books back in the right places. Jane Austen. What is Emily Dickinson doing next to Jane Austen? Emily Dickinson is a poet. Stop laughing. This is a library.
Catherine, I have returned. Sigh, Heathcliff. On the third shelf, my dearest. My binding may be frayed, but I still love you. Yes. Oh, touch me. I'm still here. You don't come to visit me anymore. Have you met another?
Arr, you can bet she has, matey. Arr, down here, kitty. Arr, you were a body wench in your youth when you used to read Treasure Island all the time. That's right, it's me, Captain Long John Silver. We used to have a good roll in the hay when you'd read after your ma had turned the lights out.
Stop it! Stop it!
Catherine, you've been screwing around.
Well, it was only Robert Frost.
Come on, my clothes are going out of style. Jesus, the elevator's out for 2 days and you guys are on your deathbeds. My clothes are back in style. Now I need a haircut. Where the hell are you?
I don't believe it's safe. I really don't believe it's safe out here.
What?
I don't know. I just,
We play three-handed cutthroat cribbage out here on the veranda every Tuesday.
I know, but I've been holed up, you know. Oh, I can't do that. Oh. Oh.
Did you bring your ring?
I've never taken it off.
Arnold's not coming today. We don't need this other chair.
No. Arnold's an intensive.
Yeah, he went through chemo and his toupee fell off.
He just uses that as an excuse.
Yeah, he says the nurses are prettier in IC, though.
Yeah? Think we can manufacture some sort of a illness?
Get me started.
Okay.
Don't try too hard.
You might wind up with the real thing, though.
Yeah. Well,
Where in the hell is Audrey?
I don't know. I think she's getting a little tired of us, you know. No shit. We thought you wasn't speaking to us anymore, you know?
Well, I decided to forgive you.
If you hadn't made that crack about Jessica Tandy last week.
Well, I can't help it. She's a love goddess.
Yeah, I bet that Hume Cronin can't even get it up anymore, though.
Oh, I just love it when you guys talk dirty.
I worship every wrinkle in her forehead.
That's very flattering. It makes me realize that what does youth have that experience can't match and top? That's what I always say.
Agility and suppleness, for one thing.
What you gentlemen don't understand, and I keep trying to explain that to you. You keep looking out the window at the girls run by in their tight little jogging outfits, and you don't realize the treasures you have right here in the center, right in front of your faces. Oh, nicely done, nicely done. You may notice that we also gaze out the windows and watch those supple, strong, broad-shouldered bodies leap by with those throbbing quadriceps. It's exciting, but it's also fantasy time! So that's why we play cribbage with you.
Put the angel dust in your Metamucil. Taking those pool aerobics classes there in the health center, you've been just getting frisky.
I feel absolutely renewed. I never realized what a sedentary life can do to you. It makes you get old. Why? It's no fun being old. Look at you.
Well, no shit, I'm old.
All around. You know that expression, if you don't use it, you lose it. Well, that happens to everything in the body. I feel wonderful. I like dancing at night now. I can just read till midnight. I don't have to doze off over my hot chocolate like some people we know. Hold still.
You got a marshmallow there.
I'm saving that for my after lunch snack.
Oh, in your mind, you guys are becoming absolutely fuddy-duddy.
I'm 92. You're 87, and you're acting like a schoolgirl of 65.
I feel 63. I feel wonderful. You know what? My vivacity is wasted here. I think I shall go where there's somebody whose mind is younger, if not the body. So, gentlemen, you can just stagnate and grow old here. I'll just put this back. Woo! And don't fall down getting up, like usual.
But she'd never leave.
Robbie, come on in. I've got your term paper here.
Great.
You have a seat. Oh, here it is.
Do you like it?
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. That is an area of research I am so interested in. And
Great.
you just went down this path. I mean, you know, it felt like when I was your age. I would have done the same thing.
Great. Could you give me some feedback, some areas where I could have like maybe made it better or punched it up or got clearer or maybe, you know, even spelling?
Well, let's see.
You smell really good.
Oh, yeah, that's the chalk dust. Let's see. Well, right here, where you cite Gideon and Ibid Earhart, I do it the other way around. I'd cite the Earhart and Ibid Gideon.
Aha.
That's exactly what I
Well,
said.
everybody knows that Ibid is older than the other guy. I gave him, I billed him by. It was too confusing.
You've got a point. You've got a point. I'll think
Because Ibid
about
and Gideon
that.
don't get along that well.
No, the Earhart sort of.
Poof! Go ahead, he's a young stud and he needs an A. Put your hand on his leg.
Oh no! Think of your responsibilities as a role model.
I think in the bibliography here, you've got Smith and
Wesson.
Sure is getting warm in here. Better undo another button on your blouse.
Oh, remember the way that you looked up to your teachers and were glad that they stayed in their place.
Drop a pen, then he can look down on his teacher.
That was to show up the sort of the pacifist anti-war area that I.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what I would have
Breathe
said.
slower, my dear.
And deeper.
Metaphor.
You're overheating slightly. Stay calm.
Oh shit.
Is it hot in here?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Just chalk dust.
Maybe you better reach across his manly chest to open that window.
I'll open this. Use the
No, not that
window,
one.
my
Shit.
dear. Yes. Now teach him. Share your knowledge.
Yeah. She's on the right track.
Are you okay, Mrs. Naserman?
I'm fine, Robbie. I'm just fine. And
You see that movie with Jacqueline Bissett? Come on.
Don't touch him here.
Your reference to the Mayan.
Get your leg brush up against him a little. There you
You're
go.
turning red, Mrs. Naserman.
Well, it's hot in here.
Must be
Robbie.
hot flashes.
My mother's going through the same thing. She gets very cranky.
What is an aspect of aging that you really are looking forward to?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Thank you.
Go free, but do not buzz around me anymore. I thought I told you not to buzz around me anymore. One last chance, sucker. Go free and do not buzz around me anymore. You're starting to piss me off. Don't try that sympathy routine with me. You can walk.
moment that you disturb my asanas?
Your humble student begs a brief instant of your very valuable time.
Very well, prostrate yourself at my feet. Speak.
I couldn't help but notice your behavior with the helpless flying insects. My mind became confused. It seemed to my simple brain a contradiction to your teachings of live and live better and on longer and let others also do so. I'm sure I misunderstood somehow.
I am sure. Well, it is written in the Dead Sea Scrolls and many other places, especially the temple of Kali, who is, of course, the goddess that we so fervently worship.
Of course, daily.
Yes, and twice on Sunday. It is written that no matter where you go, you will find a place where your mind will exist without confusion, with perfect knowledge, where you will be attuned for a moment to the great spiritual thing, which has become one with the rest of the universe. It is also written that you will find a place where your mind exists in a perfect state of confusion, one with the chaos that was before the Earth was formed, and will be again after the Milky Way galaxy has spun into space and collided with many other stars and annihilated itself. In this sacred place where the gods dwell and ride on chariots of fire, small worms such as yourself have no possibility of understanding the great wheel that is the cosmos. Have I answered your question?
Actually, dear aged wise one, you have raised more questions than answered. I was in attunement with your teachings previous to the wounding of the small, harmless, winged creatures.
That is where the misunderstanding came in then. I can certainly alleviate your mind on that point. They were not wounded. I merely shook them up to confuse them and force them to perceive reality from another perspective. Not from the superior position of an insect free to fly about on the wing and look down on man and on his works. Now I have forced the flying, almost omnipotent housefly to crawl along the ground like a worm. He will now have more sympathy for the plight of the ants and the worms and all the other myriad life forms that crawl on the earth.
Oh, shake me too, please, mister, shake me.
Mexico, we're here!
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Oh, finally. Finally.
Hey, the mariachi's here. Ole, huh? Yeah, cuando fala to you too, yeah. Alright.
2 weeks.
2 whole weeks.
Oh.
Starting.
Oh, look, a whole pitcher of margaritas. No salt.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I like it. Our first margarita and holy matrimony.
They taste different after we're married, huh? Don't they?
Look, that's up your nose too. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Oh, don't start that.
Okay, I'm going to get in my trunks.
Oh, I think I'll get in my bikini. Don't look.
I won't if you won't. Got any more of that cream, honey? Got any more of that cream?
Don't sneak up on me that way.
I can't help it.
You almost made my heart stop.
Oh yeah, you keep saying that every time I talk to you.
Your hankies are all stained again, dear. This is revolting. Can't you give me a break? I'm not going to do your laundry if you're not going to rinse them out first.
I don't like your attitude. I haven't liked your attitude for 40 fucking years.
No, nobody's home.
Nobody?
Well, Sparky. but he's sleeping on Mom and Dad's king-size waterbed.
We could just like sit out here, you know, by the pool, you know.
Oh yeah.
In the lounge chairs, you know.
Great.
And,
Let's do that.
you know, sunset's only like 3 hours and 28 minutes away. It'll be dark, you know, and we'll be here at Mom and Dad's house in the dark by ourselves. Hey, you want a beer?
A beer?
Yeah.
You have beer?
Dad left the whole cabana stock.
I don't like beer.
I could make you something else. It has a wet bar.
How about I'll have a Coke?
Okay.
Brian? What, I'm curious, what made you call me? I mean, you know, like you haven't paid attention to me ever. And all of a sudden here in senior year,
I put a lime in it, that makes it a Cuba Libre.
it smells like rum to me.
Oh, well, you know, the glass might have
It's
been washed or
okay, it's
something.
okay, it's okay. So, I'm curious, how come you called me?
Oh.
Well, you know, the prom's coming up, you know, in you know, like 7 months. So, I just kind of thought we'd, you know, I sit in the back of your trade class, and you know, I've kind of looked at the back of your head for 2 semesters, and you know, I thought maybe we could just.
Are you asking me out?
Well, it doesn't have to be out. I mean, you know. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I am. Sort of.
This is so funny. Here I thought you were Mr. Suave, you know, Mr. Cool, and you're having a hard time with this.
No.
I'd love to go out with you. I think you're real cute, Brian.
Oh. Oh, well, really?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's great.
So, what do you like to do besides drink beer?
Well, you know, work out a lot.
Work out.
Yeah. Yeah. You teach an aerobics class, don't you?
I do.
After school?
I do.
Yeah. Well, you know, because it's sort of like on my way home. You know, it's over there by the mall, and
Right.
you know, I sort of like I've been by there a few times, like look through the window and.
That's me. So you going to college or what?
Well, you know, looking around, exploring my options. I've applied a few places. You know, I'm got my SATs back, and
Well, I'm going to state, and I'm going to major in English, and then I'm going to take the CBEST, and I'm going to start teaching in an elementary school, probably first grade. And then after about 2 years, I'll meet the man I'm going to marry, and we're going to get married, and we'll have 3 children. And then I'll go back to teaching. I'll take off from teaching because I have the children. I'll go back to teaching, teach till I'm about 40, then open a small bookstore with a coffee shop in front. And I'll retire from that at about age 65, and my husband and I will travel all over the world.
So you want another drink?
I didn't mind turning 40. How about you?
It was great. I don't know if I'm looking forward to 50.
You want to hear something really unusual?
What?
I keep looking for gray hairs. I keep saying, when am I going to get some gray hairs? I can't wait to get gray hairs.
Well, yeah, it's not going to show so much.
No,
in
it
this.
doesn't. I've had 3.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's all.
Yeah.
I think, boy, this haircut's going to look great with gray hair. And I just never get them. I keep envying you. You're great.
Yeah, I
Salt
like
and
my
pepper
gray
hair.
hair.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I'm older than you are.
What? Do you think all our hair turns gray?
I never thought about that.
I don't know.
Well, you're grayer than I am right now.
Well,
What's your experience?
so far it's still brown.
I'll let you know.
And I'll let you know.
Well, you know what? I think you're a tribute to 45.
Well, thank you, and you're a tribute to 47.
Thanks.
Thank you. That was Flash Family's look at aging. For our final piece this evening, I'm going to go into my long and involved explanation of how I'm getting the suggestion. We all have something in our lives that's it's not really a pet peeve, and it's not really a huge, thing that drives us out of our mind, but there's some little thing that we all invest a lot of time and energy in getting upset about. And then, like, the next day, you look back and you go, God, I can't believe I wasted so much time and energy getting upset about that little thing in my life. So what is that for you?
Slow drivers.
Slow drivers. Thank you.
Well, I got a rap for you that's fresh and real. When you get the sloth behind the wheel, you want to grind them under your heel. You want to make that mother squeal when you're in a hurry. You know what I mean. You want to pop right out of your sunroof and fire a rocket at the silly goof. Get out the way, move over one lane. I'm in a hurry and you're a pain. And what about the dude as you tried to pass? He looks around and eases on the gas. Before he was doing 55, and now his accelerator
refrigerator comes alive. You start to creep on up to 60 and more. You get right even with his front door. He acts like he don't see you there, but man, oh man, don't take his dare, cause he's gonna drive as fast as he can. Make sure that you get caught by the man. Slow drivers. And what about the ladies with the blue hair that's sitting right down and they sort of stare? Can't see over the steering wheel. I think they need a phone book or something that's real. Disgusting, disgusting, I'm telling you. They got the big orthopedic shoe and it sticks to the brake when they're driving along. The headlights are on and the tail lights are gone. Got a little red light in the back and you look and you see it, it's on again. And you say, oh my God, is my grandma there? But no, it's not, she's old, so beware. I don't know how they keep their license. I go to the DMV and I see them. They're down there looking up at the chart. There's some lady and an old fart. You can't even see to get to the men's room, but they got him a new license. I don't know what happens to him out there. All I can say is you better beware. He gets in a 65 Valiant, pulls that out, backs up the lot, says, hey, what's that red Plymouth back there? Woo! Oh, I better not hit it, so I'm gonna go forward. Now I'm gonna go in reverse. Now I'm gonna go forward. Now I'm gonna drive 100 miles with my turn signal on. Man, that dude's brain is gone. Don't know about you, know about me. Slow drivers really get to me. You see, I like to drive real fast. I like to keep my foot planted on the gas. I slow down for a red light, look both ways, and if it's tight, I just pop it down into second gear. Give that mother some fuel and I'm there.
It's wonderful. Well, thank you. We enjoyed it as much as you appeared to have. And I want to thank you for coming down. This is our last show of our current run. We will, however, be back in April. So if you're not getting married or leaving the country, come on down. If you're doing both, come on back after. And we'd like to thank some of the people that made this evening important. But first, I want to remind you that we are through, but Saturday night improv is not through here, and we're actually adding a Sunday night because in our footsteps follows, after Flash Family, what is there? There's Offspring. So we have our performance workshop, people who've been training with us for a long time and are ready to face people like you. And I think that's a fair deal. So anyway, if you want some more of this, come Saturdays and Sundays in February, this place, and you'll have a great time. We'd appreciate your support. Again, I want to thank some of the people that helped us out here. Ed Buckley, our house manager. And one of the people we depend on severely this evening, our light person, Bailey Keck. Segways, our company is Dad Reich. The other thing is, we need the work of 5 people tonight because one of our members, Keith Anderson, is sick this evening, so we want to say, Keith, get well, and we'll see him in April. Come back, you'll get to see him. I know his parents are here tonight, which makes him strange.
Surprise!
Give him some chicken soup and put him to bed, it's okay.
At least he told us he was sick, I don't know. Anyway,
his girlfriend's here, don't say it.
The rest of Flash Family is here. Mimi